Yeah, hi everyone. In this video we're going to talk about the Nokia Lumia 920 protective cover and get the model number CC-1043. If you decide you want to buy one of these after the video, get onto eBay or somewhere and look up that model code and you should be able to find this case. I've done a previous case review for Nokia Lumia 920 cases where I discussed a couple of these thin shell cases. I think they're very good. I still think they're very good. They're cheap, and as you'll see from one of my other videos, one of them makes a very good car phone holder with a bit of Velcro. I still like that very much, and it works very well. In the video about those phones, about those cases, I lamented the fact that Nokia did not provide a case with the 920 that was the same as their case they provided with the Lumia 800, which is a very thin, very well made, lightweight protective case that covers the entire phone apart from the screen. Covers all corners very nicely. A couple of months after I got my phone, I read somewhere, and one of the commenters also pointed out, that they were about to release such a case for the 920. So he also provided the code, so I immediately went onto eBay, ordered a couple in, and that's what we're looking at now. I'm not going to do an unboxing. There's the box. You open it, you take the case out, it's unboxed. I'm keeping that one for later. Here I have one already prepared. It has been unboxed. There we go. Over here we have the final result. This is the case on my phone. That's what it looks like. Over here we have my wife's phone. It's the same phone without a case. And this is probably the best comparison, so you can see what it looks like with the case on, without the case on. Just head on. It's, to me here, standing in front of it, sitting in front of it, it's a lighter color. It's not quite as black as the polycarbonate. It's close, not quite. It's a bit darker than it looks on the video I can see on my screen here. It makes the edges here a bit thicker. You know, they're much more visible. But overall the size is pretty close. If I bring them up like this, we can have a look at the actual size here. See what it looks like. It's obviously larger. Just let that focus. Do your focus thing. Yeah. It's larger. Here's the cutout, of course, for the thing. There isn't really much else I can show you except for the ends as a comparison. I can tell you what it feels like. The Lumia 920, they call it a tank. People think it's huge. I don't think it's huge at all. It actually feels very nice in the hand. These curved edges give it a slim sort of feeling. That's quite nice. It's about the thickness of a pencil, which if anyone remembers what a pencil is, it feels to me like it's a pencil edge. Quite nice. This one here, feels a bit chunkier. It doesn't feel quite so thin. Certainly not quite so thin. It's slightly stickier. You're still going to drop it if it's still quite smooth, so you might drop it, but hey, at least it'll be protected. It's larger. If you don't mind large phones, and if you have a 920, you don't mind large phones, this really doesn't make it appreciably larger. It's not so bad that it's unusable. It's roughly the same experience. We'll just have a look at these other edges of the case here. So up here, and I think I'll just disable my autofocus so that we can see more clearly what this looks like. There we go, get nice and close. So there's obviously the edge with the cutouts for the speakers and the USB charger. The case is very firm. It's a lot firmer than the one for the 800. It keeps its shape very well, and that's very important down these straight edges here. You notice there's absolutely no gap. You can pull that away. It snaps back into place very tightly. like most silicone cases, just have a bad edge. They're all wonky, but this is very straight, very nice. And on the top edge, we've got the cutout for the headphone jack, and there's one of the mics up there. I presume that's a noise cancelling mic. The rest of the fit is flawless, as you can see around there. I mean, it really looks like it's part of the phone. Just going down there. Yeah, it really does. Very nice. Now, we'll have a look at the buttons here, because they're also interesting. The fit is so perfect in there. Again, nothing's offset, nothing's off center, it's just perfect. All the buttons fit exactly, are exactly where they belong. Nicely done. The buttons are flush. They are now flush with this cutout. It does mean you have to push them in a bit further, a bit harder. So there's the on button, you push it in and on it goes, off. It does also mean that if you have this in a bag or something, if you were, prone to accidentally turning it on with, depending on where you put it, that's not going to happen with a case like this on it. And so the camera as well, you really need to push your finger on it and let it come on like that. Okay, let's turn that off. It's quite nice, I find, in the case that you can reach down without looking at your phone and find the power button very easily, because there's a little edge there, a little cutout at that point, which is a really obvious place to feel with your thumb, and you can turn it on and off there. So that's another advantage of the case. Just turn the autofocus back on. Okay. Now, I guess the question is now, am I going to keep it in the case? I'm a bit miffed that these cases didn't show up until now, because if they had been around from the start, I would have kept it in this case from the start. Because I didn't really like the other cases that much, or any of the cases, and I quite like the way the phone looks, I started using it without a case about 3 weeks ago, and promptly dropped it. The first drop was without a case, and then I dropped it again a few days later. Got some little ding on the corner there and there. Once you give it a rub, you couldn't see it. It was very hard to see, but still it was quite a drop, and I thought, yikes, I wish I'd had a case on it. So now the cases are here. Well, it's too late to keep my phone from being absolutely mint, but if I'd had it in there from the start, it would be absolutely mint. You might wonder if there's a lip here. There isn't really. It's pretty much dead flush. So the edges of the case are dead flush with the glass, because the glass is curved slightly, and the case sort of stands slightly proud of the phone itself, which means it ends up being dead flush along there. So putting it down on a sheet of glass isn't going to keep the Gorilla Glass off the sheet. It's still going to lie directly on whatever surface you put it on. So it doesn't help in that regard. If you had a screen protector on it, that would either be flush or slightly proud. Yeah. Okay. I rate that a 10 out of 10 for phone cases. If you want your phone to be in a case, that's the case to get. And just to finish it off, once again, the number, I don't get anything from this, of course, but that's what you want to get, the CC-1043 Nokia Lumia 920 case. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. If you do, go down, where is it? There. And there's a like button, because if you like it, or leave me a comment, then I know you like it, and I'll make some more videos. Yeah, I quite enjoy doing them, but I need to know if you want to see them. Okay. Or subscribe. That's pretty good too. So thanks a lot. Okay, bye-bye.